and leave. Under the screen are cameras that can actually see what you're touching, and then the computer reacts, creating an image.
There we go. And again, we just put it down here, and it spills out.
Photos, not a problem.
See,
it's like they're magically drawn out of your digital camera into the box, wirelessly, of course.
So now you can grab photos, and I can grab photos, and we can make them bigger,
so it's
smaller.
Almost like a big light table in this case.
In this case, it is. And so we've used those different attributes of surface computing in this application to create a totally different kind of experience. If you've got video you want running, you can actually play the video.
The first of these units will go into bars, restaurants, casinos, and retail stores. But when can you get one for your home?
We are shooting for around 3 to 4 years.
A price tag within a home budget. In Redmond, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.
Right now, commercial units are expected to sell between $5,000 and $10,000. You should start seeing them in bars and restaurants in November.
こういうものを持ったりするような、例えば工場の中での作業だったり、先ほど言いました災害レスキューのような場面とかでも、もう人が直接こう入っていって、で、普通の人以上の力ができる。
The Exo-Hiker provides a user with the ability to carry loads up to 200 pounds with minimal effort over any type of terrain and for extended periods of time. With the exoskeleton, the user does not feel the weight of the load that is being carried. Therefore, this system increases the user's physical effectiveness significantly. There is no push button or keyboard to drive the exoskeleton. The user becomes an integral part of the exoskeleton while walking. An onboard microcomputer ensures that the exoskeleton moves in concert with the pilot, with minimal force between the exoskeleton and the user. A more recent generation has now been shown to reduce the energy required for a person to walk. Furthermore, the system reduces shock forces on the user's body when carrying heavy loads on descending slopes and stairs, particularly reducing stress in the knees and back. The exoskeleton virtually eliminates all load forces to the user's body, so the user can walk or even run comfortably while carrying heavy loads. The exoskeleton is comfortable and not confining. It effortlessly shadows the user and allows for a complex array of maneuvers, including those necessary in critical missions. The exoskeleton is ergonomic, highly maneuverable, durable, and lightweight. It can be taken off within seconds and with little effort. It weighs only 31 pounds, even when equipped with enough batteries for long-duration missions, and can be hand-carried. The exoskeleton can fit in a small box ready for shipment and deployment. The exoskeleton is designed with comfort features and ergonomics in mind. It can be put on in a few seconds without any assistance from others. An onboard computer instantaneously takes over control of the exoskeleton. Subsequent generations include a novel controller which has been shown to lower the user heart rate and oxygen consumption while walking. In situ robustness is a critical design feature in the exoskeleton. It can suffer through harsh environments and endure heavy abuse while maintaining functionality. Components can be quickly changed to fit individuals of various heights. The onboard microcomputer and its user interface also allow the pilot to adjust the exoskeleton behavior for optimal comfort and functionality. The Exo-Hiker was the first human exoskeleton in the world that was ready for evaluations by an independent third party. It has provided invaluable user feedback that has been used to design subsequent generations, which will enable soldiers and emergency personnel to carry types of equipment which were previously impossible to transport on foot. It has also opened the door to the very real possibility of offering the permanently disabled a replacement for their wheelchairs, which will allow them to lead more normal, healthy lives. The exoskeleton incorporates breakthrough technologies that will provide a versatile transport platform for mission-critical equipment.
Some call her the bionic woman.
There's a set screw in here.
Others call her a medical miracle.
Okay. Isn't that cool?
But Sherry Robertson has given herself another title.
I just call myself the Robo Chick.
Sherry is blind, but this device allows her to see, not with her eyes, but with her brain.
Whoa!
It's a sidewalk or a dirt path?
She's been totally blind for more than a decade, but Linda Morford is now able to see with the help of a bionic eye. A camera built into these glasses and an implant behind her retina allow her to see a crude image of her surroundings. It's brought her closer to her loved ones.
I can shoot baskets with my grandson, and I can see my granddaughter dancing across the stage. So I can see things, you know.
The Argos implant was invented by the Doheny Eye Institute in Los Angeles and the company's Second Sight. The camera captures images and converts them into an electrical signal. The Argos implant was invented, which is then transmitted wirelessly to an implant behind the retina. The electrodes in the implant unscramble the signal to create a crude black and white image, which is then relayed along the optic nerve to the brain.
This really shows how quickly the technology is marching on. This was the prototype just 6 years ago, 4 electrodes giving the most basic of images. This is what Linda has, 16 electrodes giving slightly more detail, but now patients are getting this, 60 electrodes offering much more complex images going into the eye. This is what scientists are working on now, 1,000 electrodes that should even allow facial recognition, and in the future, who knows, perhaps even colour.
In the Californian lab, the doctors have also miniaturized the technology.
These little arms hold it inside the eye.
This camera is small enough to fit inside the eyeball and could be implanted within 3 to 5 years. The bionic eye was once science fiction, but it's fast becoming reality, giving new hope to blind people. Thomas Moore, Sky News.
Bionic legs are made for walking. Japan's second largest car maker thinks they can help their workers on the factory floor. The walking assist device is what Honda is calling its experimental robot legs. They're expected to help people who work standing or in crouching positions for long periods of time.
We're thinking more of using this device in the industrial field. There's demand from the factory floors to make it less tiring for workers that work standing up or crouching all day.
The gadget helps by redistributing body weight and lightening the burden on workers' legs.
And more or less it's a very simple frame. For sure we have worked a lot on that because the weight of the prosthesis was a very important feature because we wanted to achieve the same weight of a natural leg, which is around 4.2 or 4.5 kilograms.
It's a two-part system. A pad in Simon's right shoe monitors movement and pressure, making up to 1,300 calculations per second. This data is collected by a sensor on Simon's right ankle, which sends the information wirelessly to software embedded in the bionic leg. Actions like walking or climbing stairs are usually repetitive ones, so the information enables the motorized bionic leg to replicate the action and the speed of the sound leg.
If we look back at history, we see a very clear pattern of machine automation slowly replacing human labor. From the disappearance of the elevator man to the near full automation of an automobile production plant, the fact is, as technology grows, the need for humans in the workforce will continually be diminished.
Shortening the workday, they downsize. You lose your job, so you have a right to fear machines.
In a high-technology, resource-based economy, it is conservative to say that about 90% of all current occupations could be phased out by machines, freeing humans to live their life without servitude, for this is the point of technology itself. And through time, with nanotechnology and other highly advanced forms of science, it is not far-fetched to see how even complex medical procedures could be performed by machines as well. and based on the pattern with much higher success rates than humans get today.
It frees a human being from doing that. So look at machines as extensions of human performance. Now America is inclined toward fascism. It has a propensity by its dominant philosophy and religion to uphold the fascist point of view. American industry is essentially a fascist institution. If you don't understand that, the minute you punch that time clock, you walk into a dictatorship.
We're given notions about the respectability of work, and I really look at it as being paid slavery.
They're brought up to believe that you shall earn your living by the sweat of your brow. That holds people back, freeing people from drudgery, repetitive jobs which make them ignorant. You rob them. In our society, that is a resource-based economy, machines free people. You see, we can't imagine that because we've never known that kind of world. Part now, but this is not what all the cities look like. Some of them will be like this. And some people don't like living in individual houses. They want to live in apartments. Reason, there's a gym, Robert group, there's art groups in here, schools, dental care, medical, everything is built in here that you need. So the city of the future will contain a center with shopping, dental care, medical care. Or if you build suburbia, you've got to drive that way to the dentist, you take your kids to school that way, shopping is the other way. But this makes it central and easy. But this area looks like this area outside. It's hard to, you won't be able to see other buildings that we planned. So there's nothing to hurt anybody. Okay. Maybe you don't want to live in the city, you want to live elsewhere. All your windows generate electricity. The skin of the building generates it, not a dome, but it's and this I made out of styrofoam to show people what the world could be. I don't know what it will be. So we really don't make any money. We have to keep all this up, and we need the fat guy with a cigar to help us do this. Fat guy with a cigar means the banker, and I don't know anything. So this is the extrusion machine. This machine pushes. This machine takes the apartment and shoves it onto that ramp, and the shape memory alloys close, and it locks. Now let me just tell you something about this.
So that's what...
This is a very big machine, and it's used in the movie. And the reason I use a machine like this, in reality, the apartments climb up the building. There's a slot, and no machine puts it on it. They climb up. That is, they have a hydraulic system that lifts them up. I use a machine in the movie for this reason. A little kid, about 5-year-old, is with mother, and mother's talking to people. The kid wanders off and trips and falls in front of this machine. And it's very big, and it shows the tractors coming toward the kid's grinning, sitting on the ground. And when it gets close, it stops and scans. And it says, little Billy James fell in front of the machine, come and get him. Announces all around that, and the mother comes crying, picking up the kid saying, how do you say thank you to a machine? Okay? Because they don't show machines in that light. They're always big robots that kill people. You understand? There are machines today that if you stuck your hand in front of it, it won't come down and make a fender. In the old days, the guy leaned for a machine, killed him. You know what I mean?